Be the change you want to see in the world. I always regarded this phrase as a platitude. I didn't really understand it. Something reminding me of an ecologist manifesto, save the planet, plant more trees, something like that. But I truly understood it this summer when I went back to my home country for a 3-week holiday. Of course, when you go back to your home country, you always want to try the favorite foods, visit the familiar places, seeking those places that nourish you. First thing I did was to go and buy myself an apple strudel. That's a classic recipe in my home country. I was imagining with excitement the crispiness of the layers and that smooth paste of apples, fragrant and sweet sour. Well, I went to the bakery I knew since 20 years. When I took a bite from the strudel, inside, it was definitely something industrial, processed, bought in a can or canister from the cash and carry, with a slightly hint of apples, but loaded with starch. It was very remote from what I knew to be a strudel. Okay, I said that changes happened. So I went and tried a different one from a supermarket. Same story. Then I went and bought a traditional cake called crans. Okay, sweet, caramel flavor and so on. This is what I was expecting. I took a bite. It was loaded with glucose, fructose syrup. It was impossible to eat. I said to myself, let's try the ice cream. The traditional ice cream made of pure cream with less sugar and in a beautiful cone. The kind of ice cream you can hold on your hand for half an hour and it will not melt, from which you can take a hearty bite. I couldn't find it. Then I went and I started to look for old books. I wanted books that had yellow pages and smelled like old books, that specific fragrance that is soothing and calming. Then I found an art gallery in which they were selling also antique stuff and old books, and found some books, one of a Russian guy, written in 1952. The Russian guys, the Russian writers are very deep into their feelings, so I said to myself, that's the perfect read, something that would make me feel deeply. I guess I was expecting something profound, and instead I found Suleiman talking about yada 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 yada, pretending to be a philosopher. Sometimes I don't want to read deep things. Sometimes deep things are stupid things. That poor Suleiman made no sense. Found another book of an Italian guy. I opened randomly the book and I saw sea, beach, summer. Okay, I said, that's the perfect book. That's another good book to read. So I bought these 2 old books. I think the Italian writer was Cesare Pavesi. The Italian writer's stories, they were always ending in the same pattern. After 2-3 stories, I couldn't read it anymore. I was frustrated. Instead of discovering the sea and the white sands and quiet village life in Italy, in southern Italy, I found only description of poverty, suicide, crippled people. There was nothing about the sea, only 1-2 phrases. Nothing calming inside. It was full of anguish. The cover had a Van Gogh painting, and I think that deceived me because it was so colorful, associated with the Italian name on the cover. I said, oh, that must be an easy read, a calming read. I guess I was looking for something like the book of Henry Miller called Colossus of Marossi. When you read that book, you feel like even if you are in the darkest place, in a round-down building, in a brutalist communist setting, if you read that, you can feel you are in the middle of Greece, under a splendid sun. As I was walking through the art gallery, I also looked for a souvenir. For me, souvenirs are not just simple objects you buy and you forget about them, stick them onto the fridge and say, oh, check mark, I've been there too. No, for me, when I look at the souvenir, it has to act like a portal, you know? Like when I watch it, I want to feel like I am back there in that place that was so nourishing to my soul. And I was looking around and I only saw knickknacks, you know, like cheap magnets, nothing special. So there were like 10 models of souvenir, 10 types, and I had to choose one. And I chose one and I will show it to you. Here it is. I chose this. Like it has a seagull, but look at the color. Like a silvery thing, like industrial. And the seagull looks more like a hawk or something. Like I'm coming from a place where there is a blue sea, cerulean blue, bright skies. And I come back with the silvery, golden, purplish thing. I was imagining something more rustic, with driftwood, with some beads, with, I don't know, seagulls, but hand-painted in oil. I mean, one can do a lot in with such a tiny surface. I watched some of the paintings and they were showing the sea. They were pleasant colors, but all the landscapes were forgettable. They looked exactly the same as those hundreds of paintings I've seen before. I guess I was looking for a painting showing me the sea, a kind of painting that would catch my attention and will draw me in and would fill me with emotion. But I felt very distant. The colors were nice, pastel soothing colors. So in conclusion, nothing really felt nourishing, colorful, full of zest. There was a discrepancy between my inner world and what I was finding on the outside world. Whatever the outside world was offering me was not able to quench this thirst, this hunger. This famous phrase came into my mind: be the change you want to see in the world. The book I want to read probably doesn't exist. What if I write it? What if I write a book about the sea? A kind of book I would be able to read in my balcony, stretching my legs under the sun. There are 1,000 ways to write about the sea. I wanted that kind of book that goes beyond describing the sea as a wavy place and fresh water and the breeze and the silvery waves. And I wanted something more. I wanted something that connected the sea with my soul. I cannot count on the whole world to offer me something that nourishes me. I cannot wait for that. I have no guarantee what kind of cake I want to eat. Maybe I should learn how to do it. In my mind, I imagine enjoying babaurum. I don't know if you heard about this cake, this pastry. It is produced in Napoli, in Italy, Naples. And it is a dough soaked in a syrup which was flavored with rum. It's such a classic, sweet, simple, that makes you feel nostalgic about the old times. Lately I've been in a creative desert. I felt no inspiration. I even dreamt myself walking in a desert. If the painting I want to see doesn't exist, maybe I should paint it. Maybe this is how these wonderful creations, artistic creations, culinary creations, have come into being from people who couldn't find nourishment around themselves, so they decided to create it first for themselves. And thus they created a source of nourishment for other people around them. It is from a selfish purpose or a selfish aim that we end up offering people around us food for the soul. So I guess this is what I will do. I guess this is the way out of this desert of the soul. We change ourselves, we create for ourselves, and thus we become agents of change. I'm going to leave you with some images from my holiday. Most of them don't need the commentary. Many times we feel that the world around us is lacking. We criticize it, we point its messiness, its violence, the artificial things around us, the things that don't seem real anymore, the way life lost its vividness. But what if, instead of complaining, we try to change that one thing that it is in our power? In this video I was not really articulate. I guess when you take a break from filming, you lose those skills of talking nonsense. That's all from me. I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.